Hi guys, this is Truly Carlos. On today's video, I'm going to give you my review of episode 1 of season 1 of The Big Bang Theory. Yes, this is going to be my first Warner Brothers HB Max series. So here we go. I love this. I love the series. It had 12 wonderful seasons. So here we go with the first one. Here we go with the first episode of season 1, which is a pilot. I call it, well, here's my name for the first episode. Instead of pilot, the pretty corn girl and Robin Hood Leonard and his Mary Sheldon versus or V the caveman meat or meat caveman versus meathead caveman TV boyfriend. So here we go, guys. So in this first episode, we meet our favorite nerds from Caltech University, the technical University of California. We meet roommates Dr. Sheldon Cooper and Dr. Sheldon Cooper and Dr. Leonard Hofstadter, who are roommates in their who are roommates, and they're in the first scene we meet the guys. We meet both Sheldon and Leonard in a very, very funny place to start off a series at a sperm giving clinic or sperm giving research clinic. Now, Sheldon signed up or convinced Leonard to go to join him in his sperm clinic research clinic endeavor not for counting and not for taking out nerdy sperm, not to take out his nerdy sperm count and do research, and for doctors or for the clinic to do research on it and to count how much sperm both of them have. He wanted to do this because he was yearning for faster downloads and Wi-Fi. But eventually, Sheldon and Leonard, well, to be more specific, Sheldon and to be more specific, Sheldon chickened out. chickened out. Now a little bit of a background on Sheldon. Sheldon is from here, Texas. To be more specific, East Texas. East Texas. He's very smart, but he's arrogantly smart. Meanwhile, Leonard is like Sheldon. He's very smart, but he's less arrogant and less arrogant about it. But anyway, Sheldon chickens out and tells Leonard, we should. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to give up my nerdy juice. Meaning my nerdy juice. Meaning my nerdy juice. I don't want to give my nerdy juice for research anymore. Meaning my sperm. And Leonard is like, it was your idea. It was your crazy, nutty idea. And I haven't left, and we both haven't left our, a sperm clinic high and dry before. We haven't stepped out, or we havened abandoned a sperm clinic before. But anyway, they did. When they get home, when they get to their apartment building, both Leonard and Sheldon are surprised to see their new neighbor, Penny, who has recently moved in from Nebraska to California. But their previous neighbor, meaning for Sheldon and Leonard, he was a police officer with a little bit of feminine side, a hidden feminine side. So Leonard and Sheldon see Penny, and they're like, "Hi." They say hi. They say hi. Penny says hi. And this conversation turns into a quick hi, nice to welcome you into our building, and we're happy to be your neighbor. We're happy to be your neighbors into a nervous high fest, or a nervous high battle. Eventually, Leonard is an avid shot. His little nerdy heart is struck by a love arrow, and he's deeply crushing on Penny. Of course, Sheldon is not he's too eloquent and too evolved according to his standards to think about girls like Penny and other pretty girls. But Leonard is like to Sheldon. We should have invited Penny to come and eat lunch with us, which was Indian food, and so reluctantly, Sheldon agrees. But I know what you're going to say. Doesn't Sheldon have any friends? Well, yes, he does. But he has friends, but on MySpace. but on MySpace. He uses social media. Here's the thing. Sheldon is a nerd, but he's not a social nerd. He's not in she he's not he's he's according to him he's 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 not he's not too he's not he's he's very he's not into a he's not a social fencer, meaning he's not into conversations and meeting people. That's a bit that according to Sheldon, that's the beauty of MySpace. That he has friends that he doesn't that he will never see. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of having friends on MySpace. Friends that you don't come in contact with in person or in person or in general. So when when Leonard says to Sheldon, we should have invited Penny to eat lunch with us, so we could get to know each other and get to know her better. Why is she here? Why did she move? What are her goals? Reluctantly again, Sheldon is like, why would we invite her again? I have friends, but they're on MySpace. And Leonard is like, yes, they're your friends on MySpace, but you need to have friends that you come in contact with, that you speak to. And again, Sheldon is like, what? No, that is not me. You know this. And Leonard's like, yes, I know, but we need to expand our social circle, our social friend circle. And Sheldon says, Leonard, yes, we have friends. Raj and Howard come almost every day come almost every day to our apartment, and we nerd out and talk and eat takeout food, but takeout and other awesome food. But Leonard is like, we should. Yes, I know that Raj, his full name is Rajesh Kuthrapali, and Howard's full name is Howard Wallet. Come to our house. Come to our apartment, or come into our apartment. But we need to expand our social circle of friends. Eventually, Sheldon reluctantly agrees to invite Penny to eat lunch with them at their apartment. So Leonard and Sheldon. Well, Leonard, knocks at Penny's door and says, Penny, me and Sheldon, we would like to invite you to eat lunch with us. And of course, Leonard is struck by the love bug, or by this awesome love arrow, and he's nervous and trying to articulate the perfect invitation words for Penny, but he says, I have Indian food, we have Indian food, and of course he says something about his about the colon, the the human colon, which we all have, and of course this messes up Leonard's invitation attempt, and then Sheldon chimes in and says to Leonard, I think that I think I think about I think that talking about the the functions of the human of the colon doesn't mean is not a way to it's not a typical invitation apparatus for lunch. And then Penny says, "Oh, you're trying to you're trying you Leonard and Sheldon, you are trying to invite me to eat lunch with you?" And Leonard and Sheldon say yes. Eventually, Penny comes into Leonard and Sheldon's apartment, and she's shocked to see that she's shocked to see Sheldon's whiteboard filled with physics equations and mathematical equations, and Penny says, "Sheldon, you are one of those beautiful mind smart guys." And Sheldon says, yes I am. But then Leonard says, I have a board. I have a board, and then we can see this funny competition. We can see this funny competition between Sheldon and Leonard. A little bit of a whiteboard competition between the both of them. Of course, Sheldon says that Leonard's board looks like a flimsy attempt of a MIT whiteboard of an equation of MIT level, and then Penny sits on the couch. But here's one thing that makes Sheldon so uniquely funny and so uniquely arrogant and funny at the same time. He has a favorite spot to sit in. And that favorite spot to sit in is on the couch. And that specific favorite spot, or his spot on the couch, is special because it's close to the air conditioner. It's not a very uncomfortable spot for him to sit in. It's his favorite spot. It's the middle of the couch where you can see everything from a sitting position. And again, his spot is close to the air conditioner, and he loves that that his favorite spot is close to the air conditioner, and other stuff. So Penny sits in Sheldon's spot, and Penny's tells Sheldon, "Come and sit with me." And Sheldon is like, "Penny, no, no. Penny, no, no. Penny, you're sitting in my spot." And again, then Sheldon explains why that's a spot. That spot, and Penny's like, "Oh, okay, okay, okay." But then Leonard's like, "Sit somewhere else. Let Penny sit in your spot for one, just for this one time." And 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 again, Sheldon reluctantly says, "Okay, fine, fine." Reluctantly says, "Fine." And he's like, and he's trying to find a secondary favorite spot of his, but he just can't he just can't he just can't see he just can't see himself sitting in another spot in another sitting area, or sitting somewhere else in the apartment, until Leonard says, "Sheldon, sit." Eventually, Sheldon sits on the couch, but not on his favorite spot, but next to his favorite spot. Then, 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 then Leonard said. Then Sheldon says, "We, Howard, Raj, and us, we play Klingon Boggle, which is the classic, which is the classic game of Boggle, but in Klingon, which is a Star Trek native series and movie franchise language from said series and slash movie franchise from the Klingons." And Penny's like, Klingon Boggle, and then Leonard's like, "It's Klingon, but it's Boggle, but in Klingon." And then Penny, then Leonard says, "That's enough about us nerds. Penny, tell us more about yourself. Why are you here? Why did he move? Where did he move from? And why are you here? Why are you now our neighbor?" And then Penny says, "Well, I moved here from Nebraska, the corn state, the corn state, the corn state." And then Penny describes herself as her astrological sign, which is Sagittarius, but she's not your typical Sagittarius. She loves fish, which I'm guessing Sagittarius eat a lot of fish. But Penny loves her steak. She adores steak. She adores to eat a piece of steak, of awesome steak. And her aspirations in life are to be an actress, an actress. And she is writing a screenplay about a girl, a girl that is a girl that is that moves that moves from Nebraska to L.A. who works at the cheesecake factory who works at the cheesecake factory, but but then Leonard says, "That sounds great. That sounds like a great screenplay. It's based on you. It's based on your life." And then Penny says, "Not quite, because I'm from Omaha, Nebraska." Then Penny is like, "That's about it. That's the story of that's my story." But then in a funny twist of fate, of nerdy fate, she starts to break down and cry about her breaking up with her her meathead of a boyfriend, Kurt, and that she basically left him or left left him or dumped him or broke up with him, and that's how she came to the apartment building. And 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 then and then and then she and then she says I feel gross and yucky. I haven't showered. I haven't showered in I haven't I have I have yet to shower, to take a bath and shower. And Leonard, being the good nerdy neighbor that he is, offers 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 Penny to take the shower in his and Sheldon's apartment. And then Penny says, "Thank you, but I don't want to. I don't want to be an inconvenience. And would it be totally weird? Would it be totally weird if I said if I take you up on your offer?" And Leonard says, "No, no." And then Sheldon says sarcastically, "No, you can go ahead, go ahead, go ahead." Now again, it's again nerds like Sheldon and Leonard don't usually have a pretty girl of a neighbor like Penny to come to their apartment because they're nerds. So they're the social food chain have pretty girls on top with strong and buff guys. Meanwhile, normal nerds like me or normal nerds like me wouldn't have a pretty girl like Penny in we wouldn't have a pretty girl like Penny come to an apartment and have a friendly neighborly conversation. But anyway, Penny then Leonard shows Penny the shower and how to use the shower, and then Penny gets she gets in the shower and as soon as when Leonard's about to leave Penny says to Leonard, I know we just met, but can you do me a favor? And then Leonard, being the nerd that he is, and a little bit like shocked to see that if that the pretty girl that he and Sheldon just met is asking for a friendly favor, for a friendly neighborly favor already, a friendly neighbor a friendly neighborly favor already. It's very surprising, but he surprisingly, lovingly, nerd, like in a nerdy, loving way, he immediately accepts. Meanwhile, Howard and meanwhile Howard and Raj have, meanwhile Howard and Raj had already arrived at the or or already inside the apartment, and Howard and Howard and Howard and Raj have a special surprise for Sheldon and Leonard, and it's a video of 1974 of Stephen Hawking of Stephen Hawking giving a lecture in 1974 before before he became before he had his awesome computer vocalized voice done for him, which according to Howard is a little bit is creepy beyond the word creepy. And then Sheldon says Leonard has a girl here in our apartment. And Howard says, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Is your grandma back in town? Because a year before the Thanksgiving before this current year before this the current year Leonard's grandmother had an episode where she basically carved the Thanksgiving turkey, naked. And both Leonard and Sheldon were scarred for life. But so that's why Howard was like, yeah, right. Is your grandma back in town? And and Leonard's like, no. And then Howard says, oh, so it's true, a pretty girl is here. Then Penny comes out of the shower, looking where to change, and then Howard is shocked by her by Penny's beautiful Nebraska popcorning beauty, and he introduces himself, and he says that Howard Wallace. Howard Wallace. Engineering. Engineering and my and a few of my and a few of my a few of my a few of my experimental stuff that I engineered and build are hovering are hovering in are hovering are hovering in space, and and he says he says to Penny, I know how to say have a good shower in six languages, very very fluently. I might add. Might might add might might may I add, and then Howard says, Sagat says have a good shower in Korean, and then 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 we cut to then we cut to then we cut to Leonard and Sheldon driving to Penny's ex-boyfriend or meathead of an ex-boyfriend's apartment because he has the TV the her TV, and according to Penny, when they broke up, he had Kurt, her meathead of a boyfriend, Kurt, had took the harsh rights to the TV. And then of course Sheldon's like, let's go through the events. Let's go through the events that have us currently in this situation. A pretty girl introduces herself. We introduce ourselves as friendly neighbors. She comes to she eats she eats lunch with us. She eats with lunch with us. Then you get sucked in by her beauty, by her corn husking beauty, and then she asks you to do her a favor, and you say yes. You say yes without asking a question, asking a simple and easy question. Why? What type of favor do you want me to do? And see, the favor is to bring her TV set or TV back from her ex-boyfriend. What's the logic in that, Leonard? And Leonard is like to Sheldon. Many neighbors like us do these types of favors for our neighbors too. Yes, true, a little bit true, on that. But you were thinking with your you were thinking with your you were thinking you were thinking with you were thinking you were thinking with your you were thinking with your parents. If you guys, if you know what I mean. And and Leonard is like, no. And Sheldon is like, yes. Yes. And besides, for you to do this type of favor for Penny, you need to have a you need to be in a relationship, a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship with Penny, which 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 you don't have, and certainly I don't have that type of I don't have a I don't have that type of relationship with her either. And the, so they're off. So Sheldon and Leonard go are on their way to see Kurt, Penny's ex meathead of a boy meathead of a boyfriend, to get her TV back, to get the rights to the TV back. Meanwhile, Penny's trying to to chat up to chat up with Raj, but Raj is not your typical social. He's yes, he's social, but Raj is he's like Sheldon, but he's not condescending and arrogant. The best way that I can describe Sheldon in a funny way, using Star Wars terms, would be like a nerdy version of Darth Vader. Yes, a hidden nerdy version, super nerdy version, a hidden nerdy version of Darth Vader. Darth Vader tendencies. If you push him to the, if you push him, if you push him to his mental, cliff point. What I mean by that, guys, is that Sheldon is one step away from becoming a super villain. Meanwhile, Raj is a nerd, but quiet. But he's he's unable to talk to girls. I would describe him as a nerdy version of Luke Skywalker without without the ability to use his vocal ways of the Force. And Penny is shocked and surprised that Rod is unable to speak, but Howard is like, well, Penny, he's a nerd. Nerd meaning that he's not only a nerd, but girls like you, meaning to Penny, don't usually talk to us. Nerds like us. We don't interact with girls that are pretty like you. So, as Penny's trying to chat up with Rod, and Howard is trying to convince her to trying to convince Penny to join him on a gaming quest. Leonard and Sheldon are at are at are at Kurt's doorstep, apartment complex doorstep, and 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 Leonard's like, let me do the talking. You are just my you could be my you just sit you just you just you just stand there. You just stand there and don't say anything. Just be quiet. Don't say anything. And Sheldon was like, "Great. I'll I'm your I'm your I'm your I'm your I'm your backup muscle." And Leonard is like, "Don't worry. You won't have to be my backup muscle. You 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 won't have to back me up. It's gonna this is going to be easy peasy." But sadly, in a funny tragedy for Leonard, Kurt, Kurt, when Kurt steps out of, gets out of, answers the door and says, and you know, and 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 sees Leonard, and Leonard sees Kurt. Kurt is a tall, Buffy meaning super buff meathead, and tragically both for Leonard and for Sheldon, they end up getting pants, getting getting pants, and 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 they are first humiliated for Sheldon, for Sheldon, for Sheldon, and they're in their tiny ways, both of them, and Sheldon says, you Leonard, you will have to answer to my mother. You will have to tell my mother why when she calls and checks up on me and tells us how are you guys, I will have to tell my mother that I was pants because of you, because of your romantic 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 gesture for a corn husk for a co for a no for our corn husking for our corny new neighbor Penny. And then when they get home, when Leonard and Chum climb you know climb the stairs to their apartment, Leonard confesses to Sheldon and says to Sheldon, "You were right. I was trying to impress Penny, and hopefully probably in the near and close future, close but very close future, I could have we could be something." And Sheldon surprisingly says, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I will be pantsed again. I will be pants again. And Leonard is like, you're a good friend, Sheldon, for understanding me, and I promise you that that I won't be hypnotized by the beauty of the beauty of a girl of a girl of a girl ever again. Then 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 Leonard and Sheldon you know, get back into their apartment, and then Penny sees them in their underwear and says, and she, and and Leonard says, well, well, Kurt says hi, and Penny's like, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, guys. That I thought if I sent you if I sent you instead of me going in there, he wouldn't be such a total dummy of a meathead. And then Leonard says, that was a valid and educated hypothesis. And Sheldon is like, what is a valid hypothesis? What is happening? What in the Hoth is happened? What in the Hoth has happened to you? And then Leonard is like, with his body language, I don't know, using just his body and no words, he's like, ashamed. Ashamed. Then Penny said, tell you what, since you guys got pants by Kurt, dinner's on me. Dinner's on me? Dinner's on me. And so Penny and Raj, Howard, Leonard and Sheldon go out to eat, and they're trying to decide what type of food to eat. And Penny says, what about Thai food? And Sheldon says, no, we already had Thai food. Indian food. Which, yes, it's not Thai food, but it's near Indian Indian food has a curry based cuisine just like Thai food. So it would be a total repeat of food, of takeout, of eating food, eating the same type of regional food. And then Sheldon says, I see that we will have to explain everything nerdy and big word description to Penny. Then Howard says, I know of a good sushi place, so we can eat the good sushi place slash karaoke place. And Penny says, that sounds like fun. And then Howard starts to sing sing a sing sing a song. Then Sheldon says, with all these people in your car, in our car, and you're the driver, you would be called, if you would be called a a a a very a a very a total hunk of a total hunk a total hunk of a Mac Daddy. And guys, that's how this wonderful episode one of season one of the Big Bang Theory ends. So with that being said, guys, let me know in the comments, what is your who is your favorite character of the Big Bang Theory? And let me know, have you seen the Big Bang Theory before? And also, if you want to, what was your favorite part of the first episode of season one of the Big Bang Theory? And with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like and huzzah! Bye.